When Sam Wilson is forced to come to blows with King T'Challa, their battle could boil over into an international incident that could bring down two great nations. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Captain America Sentinel of Liberty issue number 6 and find out what happens next together, shall we? Alrighty then, so as we join the book, we pick back on up from where the last issue left off. Sam had just single-handedly defeated Crossbones and in doing so uprooted a massive conspiracy to turn new Wakandan American refugees into human bombs. Captain America is understandably pretty happy with himself, especially as he won a fight with the much more physically powerful Crossbones. Sadly, King Regent Black Panther doesn't see things that way. All he sees is a man who broke his word and entered the country against the will of his sister and the other Wakandan council members. Sam, as Captain America, of course, maintains that the ends justifies the means and that if he didn't do this, there'd be a lot of dead people around right now. Unfortunately, as proud as Sam is, T'Challa is equally as proud, and the two end up having themselves a little scrap. Obviously, Sam couldn't beat Black Panther in a straight-up punching contest, so instead he decides to work a little psychological warfare on the King, saying that this fight would be much more fair if he gave up the whole vibranium suit. Sam also uses his connection to the local birds to stop T'Challa. Man, 2 issues in a row, and that skill is really becoming the VIP of Sam's arsenal as Cap. It's not just the fight, though, that's uncomfortable. These two really start going for each other's throats with their words, too. Black Panther saying, "Ah yes, leave it up to an American to get his feelings hurt and invade a country." Sam fires back by saying that while Steve and the rest of the Avengers may have an undying respect for Black Panther and Wakanda, Sam actually has his own complicated feelings that he's rarely ever voiced before. He says that T'Challa's mother was a queen, Sam's mother died in a mugging, and that if the meteor had landed elsewhere in the world, maybe Sam and his people wouldn't have sat by and watched generations of colonization and genocide against people who look just like them. Wow, these are some fighting words on both sides. Ultimately, the fight ends up having a very unclear winner as both Black Panther and Captain America end up falling off a giant waterfall. In fact, Sam is only saved at the last second by the appearance of Falcon. Joaquin, you'll recall, had been working this same case from the other end, and unfortunately he only got here too late for him and Sam to compare notes about White Wolf's own involvement in all of this. Ultimately, though, Cap and Falcon are outnumbered and outgunned by the rest of the Wakandan military. Shuri is all sorts of pissed and demands that Sam leave. Sam also says that he wants to bring Crossbones back to America to face American justice for all the people that he's killed. Well, again, the Wakandans refuse to budge. This is quickly becoming a very heated international incident. Sam really isn't used to thinking as Captain America. He is, whether he likes it or not, an extension of the American government and their foreign policies. The Wakandans feel very slighted, and Shuri ends up upping the ante even further. Not only is she expelling Captain America and Falcon from the nation, but she is also rescinding the immigration status of every American who had come to Wakanda, which, on one hand is good because Crossbones and White Wolf had literally turned them into weapons, but on the other hand, it's absolutely terrible, and Sam feels absolutely like dirt about the whole thing. He may not have actually cared that much about the Wakandan centrism movement. He thought they were a little misled, but that still doesn't mean that he didn't want these people actively out there looking for their own happiness and pursuit of liberty, no matter where that journey might have taken them, America or Wakanda. So yeah, all in all, this is kind of a bitter ending here. There are, however, some small glimmers of hope at the end of the tunnel. Joaquin, as Falcon, is able to get his family and all the other people who were smuggled on the train back home to safety, and thanks to what he's learned, the good guys now know that White Wolf was the real string puller on this plot. Black Panther even comes to Sam again, not really to apologize, but just to say that despite everything that happens, he does begrudgingly respect Captain America, and if he had it his way, he wouldn't have kicked all those people out of Wakanda. Unfortunately, as King Regent, he doesn't have near as much power as he used to, and he still wants to respect the rulings of Shuri and the others. As the comic ends, Black Panther also drops that oh-so-classic chestnut of we're not so different, you and I will both go to the mat and to extremes to protect our nation. And if that means we end up having to fight again, so be it. And there you have it, everyone. That was Captain America Symbol of Truth, issue number 5. And honestly, it's an ending that leaves me feeling a little bit conflicted. Sam won the battle, but may have lost the war in the long run. I mean, I guess in and of itself, it is a rare feat for a story like this to make me have all these bittersweet feelings. Sam's road as Captain America is a hard one to walk, filled with a lot of difficult decisions, and sometimes he doesn't always feel happy about it, which is an interesting and fun little juxtaposition to how Steve is doing over in his own book. I will also give all the credit in the world to Tochi Onyebuchi for really telling a complex story about Sam clashing with his own culture. It's got depth and nuance, and I'm sure it wasn't easy to write. I'm also still very much invested in where this story is going forward, especially as it relates to the bigger Century game and the big Cold War crossover we're going to be getting between the two Captain America books. Overall, though, I think I'd give this one a 7 out of 10. Good story, but I wish I gelled with the ending a little bit more than I actually did.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cave Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time, everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.